Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. It's a beautiful January 22nd day, and I just want to show you that's where that two dump truck loads of 12-inch, actually it was 6-inch up to 12-inch rock I had dumped there, and Johnny took it from here. Had to build him a little ramp there, and he took it one bucket at a time. And I'll show you where he took it. This is the ravine that was washing out. There's actually a little spring that feeds this draw I'm getting ready to show you. There's several springs around here. Look at this one. The sinkhole. It goes down in there about 3 feet. If you take a flashlight, it actually comes out of that bank over there. And in the early spring, there'll be water coming out of that. Anyway, Johnny had to build a little bit of a ramp right here because he felt like he was going to tip over with his skid steer. But boy, I tell you, I was really skeptical how far that he could go with those two loads. So there were 16.5 tons in each load. So that's 33 ton of rock. And we got back here, the boys and I looked at it the other day, and we were pleasantly surprised how far this rock took it. And the boys just moved the sheep in here this morning. There's about 130 really nice fat ewes in here. And there's some rams. Of course, the rams are still in here, along with some withers. That's our guard dog feeder, so we don't have to go out here and hand feed our dogs every day. That's a pain. You don't want to have to do that. Isn't that a pretty sight? I mean, look at this. Look at that forage. It's just brown. This is the second time they've been on it this winter. And they're out there like they're eating alfalfa. I mean, really. They look like they're eating alfalfa. Look how fat they are. The cows on that, they wouldn't be quite so happy as the sheep are. But the way this thing works is we just drag it from paddock to paddock. And that distance right there from that wire to the ground, that's 10 inches, 9.5 to 10. What makes this work, folks, is this board right here. It's about a foot in front of that. So a guard dog can get his head started and turn sideways and slide in there. If you didn't have this board on here, first of all, I put it on there for strength. It helps hold my feeder together. But sheep could get on their belly and they could slide under there and get in there and eat your dog feed. Of course, we keep a really nice bungee, keep the lid shut. And we like to keep it about half full. I don't want to fill it up. And the reason I don't fill up my dog feeder is because that feed will sit in there. Well, there's 5 dogs in here, and that thing will hold almost 100 pounds. And so you're not going to have to put feed in there for another, 2.5, 3 weeks. So guess what? It's going to get stale. It's the same way if you liked a nice crisp potato chip and you opened up the bag and you forgot to seal it. And next day you come back, they're all stale and soft. It's the same way with dog feed. If it gets stale and old, the dogs don't eat it. They'll eat it, but they're not going to do real well on it. So let's continue over here where Johnny performed the miracle. I mean, you saw this hole when I started. If you didn't, go back last week. You can see the video of the great big hole that we started with. If you remember, there's the gate right there. And clear over here, well, starting right there, that was the hole. And it went all the way over to those cedars. Well, he's got the whole thing filled up, flush. And so Johnny come over each time, he'd get down in that hole with the skid steer and drive back and forth. back and forth with the bucket full of rock, which was added weight. I mean, you talk about a beautiful job. He actually had enough rock to kind of go up here toward the spring. This is where the spring is up that valley right there. Somebody said, well, why don't you plant some willows? Well, I've already got willows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's already 7 growing here. And we may take some shoots off of that and just stick them around the edge of this draw to encourage some more willows to get started in there. But there's one thing I didn't do, and I want to thank one of you YouTubers for giving me the idea, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't think about it. But we've got 3 more of these to do up on the Route F, up on the blacktop. And these ditches have been in there since we leased the farm. And they just seem like each year they kind of keep easing out. If you get a big rainstorm, they'll just grow a little bit. Anyway, the YouTuber said, Greg, why don't you, did you think about putting geotextile in there? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And I've got a full roll of it up there in the barn. Well, he's done several of them. So the textile, what he's found to be his experience is the textile, when it does rain, and we're talking about running textile right up to here, okay? So it'll go down in the hole, come back up the other side over there. You dump your rock on top of that textile so that when it does rain, the creek, this will be all underwater right here, it can't get to the dirt because the rock is holding the textile against the dirt. And he's had really good luck with that. And I'm like, you know what? We're gonna have 2 different trials here. So we got this one without textile. The next ones are gonna have textile. Then I've got one more on the Judy farm that we did this winter. Actually, it had been late fall. We filled that thing full of trees. Well, the trees still had leaves on them, and we packed it tight with the grapples of trees. Cedar trees, oak trees, the whole tree. I stuck the whole trees down in there. And but we haven't had any rain since we've done it. So we're gonna see which one does the best. The one lined with trees, which I haven't showed you yet. I need to do a video on that. And then the one with geotextile, which we're getting ready to do. And then this one, 33 ton of 12-inch all the way up down to 6-inch rock. Folks, I think we got this thing sealed. Now, I may be wrong. I mean, we may get a frog strangler rain. It may come down through here, and it might start cutting on the side of this bank. I don't know. I don't think it will, but, you know, I've been wrong before. So, but man, I tell you what, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it. I can't believe you filled this. This thing was deep, folks. Right there, it was 6 foot deep. All the way over to that cedar tree, it was 6 foot deep. So, man, you know what? I watched Johnny do a little project at our house. We put in a rock wall. I'm going to be showing that because somebody wanted an update on our cellar. We got that thing finished. And we don't have all the dirt on the top of it yet, but just to watch him run that darn skid steer, I'm telling you, it's like another member of his body. He flows with that machine. And you don't just jump on a skid steer and do that. It takes years and years of running a tool. So anybody in the mid-Missouri area wanting any skid work done or dozer work, Johnny Carter is your man. Email me. I'll put you in touch with him. You can go to our website and get my email. I mean, he will save you days and days and days of you trying to do it yourself. And it'll be done right, and you're not going to get hurt. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go enjoy watching our sheep eat some winter stockpile on this beautiful January day, and we'll see you next time down the road.